Broadcasting live from downtown Canton, Ohio since 1925. WHBC AM Canton, a Digity property.
He's on the phone line. Doctor of Internal Medicine and medical expert Dr. Al Johnson is on the phone. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Well, it has changed in the last 2-3 years. We've seen such an array of head injuries on the pro and college level, and we've even started seeing, and maybe it's just more good reporting on the injuries, even in the younger football games, lower than high school when kids are starting off. Is that the cause of the concern for all parents?
Yes, it definitely is, because there's more awareness of the head injury situation in football and all contact sports, soccer and hockey also. And then the potential outcome. The concern is if you have a concussion and then you have another one, that's where the big injury, at least currently, they believe is where the risk factors are.
I think the Junior Seau story, really brought this front and center not too long ago. That was just so horrific, the way his life ended. And we all of a sudden started hearing the reports of kids getting these head injuries and these concussions. And you have to wonder the long-term effects, chilling reports.
Oh, it is. It is. And we're getting better with evaluating it right at the time on the field, and then there's research being done, and there's even a recent article published where they can do a blood test to look at a specific fraction of the nerve protein that if it's high, it tells you there's a greater potential of long-term problems with that head injury.
Now, will football coaches pay attention to this? I mean, they have to be saying, gosh, I got to get my teams up there. How do they reassure parents that their kids aren't going to be injured?
Well, I think they reassure them by how they're practicing, the type of equipment that they have, and that typically is a parent's responsibility to make sure the kid has that best equipment, and it can be quite expensive.
Well, that was my thought. I remember I have a grandson who was going out to play. They called it midget football in their particular area. And you go out to a sporting goods store, you buy a helmet, but you don't know that there's different grades, and there aren't there?
Oh, yes. And I think the coaches now are much more aware of that, and particularly when the young kids start true contact, then that's a time too. But just falling and hitting your head on the ground is a problem, and you want one of the newer, better helmets, even in that situation.
All right. So what? I guess I'm going to ask you personally on yours. Would you let your child play football?
I have not, but they weren't that interested in it. So I think it's a matter of seeing how passionate the kid is, make them aware of what it is, and then also the risk factor. You just have to sit down. Each one has to evaluate it, and then be aware if your kid has had an injury, what to look for at home. Don't let them go back in and play until it's resolved. I have an outpatient hyperbaric center where we treat all kinds of head injuries, from automobile accidents to sports injuries. And the hyperbaric oxygen treatment is the one thing that really helps improve brain function. It helps heal the brain, so they can recover quicker, faster, and with less injury.
And I suppose I should say it's not really just football and softball. I mean, those whose kids do dirt bike riding have got to. I always thought, my gosh, they take a spill on that thing. Serious isn't the word for it. It's dangerous.
Oh, exactly. All those sports are where you get head injuries, plus you can get other parts of your body injured too, broken bones and all types of things. And what was it, a year and a half ago, we saw the fellow killed on the snowmobile stunt, and where it fell on him, and all those accidents. So you have to be really cautious at where whatever you're using So use it correctly and properly and safely.
All right. Doctor of Internal Medicine, Dr. Al Johnson, thank you so much for being a guest on our show this day after Christmas. Hope you had a merry holiday.
Yes, you too.